Mel Gibson, in full. Mel Columcille Gerard Gibson, born January 3, 1956, Peekskill, New York, U.S., American-born Australian actor who became an international star with a series of action-adventure films in the 1980s, and later earned acclaim as a director and producer. When he was 12 years old, Gibson's family moved to Australia. In 1974 he enrolled in the National Institute of Dramatic Art in Sydney, and while at school, he made his film debut playing a surfer in Summer City, 1977. After graduating in 1977, he joined the State Theatre Company of South Australia. 2 years later he starred as a renegade cop seeking revenge in George Miller's futuristic action film Mad Max. His portrayal of a mentally disabled handyman in the romance Tim, 1979, earned Gibson the Australian Film Institute's Award for Best Actor. He won the award again in 1981 for his performance in the World War I drama Gallipoli. With the release of Mad Max 2, 1981, U.S. title The Road Warrior 1982, Gibson became an international star. He subsequently established himself as a top box office draw with Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985, and the action-packed Lethal Weapon series, which began in 1987. In addition, he earned critical praise for more serious fare, including The Year of Living Dangerously, 1982, about the end of the rule of President Sukarno in Indonesia, and Hamlet, 1990, the first film made by his production company, Icon Productions. In 1993 he made his directorial debut with The Man Without a Face, in which he also starred. Gibson next directed the epic Braveheart, 1995, in which he portrayed the Scottish national hero Sir William Wallace. The film won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, after starring in a string of successful films including Ransom, 1996, and Signs, 2002. Gibson returned to directing with The Passion of the Christ, 2004, an account of the last 12 hours of Jesus Christ's life that was based primarily on the biblical Gospels, with dialogue in Aramaic and Latin, with English subtitles. Although The Passion was a box office success, among the top-grossing movies of all time, some critics charged that the film was anti-Semitic, gratuitously violent, and historically inaccurate. In 2006 Apocalypto was released. Directed by Gibson, the violent film was set during the collapse of the Mayan Empire, and featured dialogue in Mayan, with English subtitles. Gibson's popularity declined somewhat in the early 21st century, partly because of a string of off-screen incidents that many believed demonstrated a hostility toward certain minority groups, particularly Jews. A domestic violence investigation in 2010 further diminished his reputation. That same year, however, he returned to acting, portraying a police detective investigating his daughter's murder in Edge of Darkness. It was his first starring role in 8 years. In 2011 he portrayed a depressed man whose life is invigorated by his use of a hand puppet in the drama The Beaver. Gibson's later films included the over-the-top action thrillers Machete Kills, 2013, The Expendables 3, 2014, Bloodfather 2016, and Dragged Across Concrete 2018. He also played against type as a grandfather, albeit a macho one, in the family comedy Daddy's Home 2, 2017, and co-starred with Sean Penn in The Professor and the Madman, 2019. About the creation of the Oxford English Dictionary, Gibson returned to directing with Hacksaw Ridge, 2016, a biopic about Desmond T. Doss, a conscientious objector who served as an army medic during World War II. The critically acclaimed drama earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture, and Gibson received an Oscar nod for his direction.